size matters, or at least it does for family SUV buyers. So although the 5-seat Tiguan can already be considered a resounding sales success, Volkswagen is looking to exploit its popularity by adding this bigger variant with 2 extra seats. In total, 215mm has been added between the front and rear wheels of the standard Tiguan to help accommodate 7 seats. Along with the extra space, the Tiguan Allspace also a slightly different front-end design and roof rails as standard. Aside from that, it's much the same as the 5-seat version. It's even mechanically unchanged, with a similar range of petrol and diesel engines as the standard Tiguan. It's only available in 3 high-spec trims. They come with plenty of kit, but it does mean that the Tiguan Allspace looks expensive compared with 7-seat rivals such as the Skoda Kodiaq and Peugeot 5008. But is it a good car? Read on over the next few pages to find out. And if you're looking to save money on a new Tiguan Allspace, don't forget to look at our new car deals. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace Performance. With no mechanical differences from the standard Tiguan, the Tiguan Allspace offers a very similar driving experience. The best-selling Tiguan Allspace is the 148 bhp 2.0-liter diesel model, badged 2.0 TDI 150, and it's easy to see why. It offers a fine blend of performance and fuel economy. There's also a 2.0 TDI 190 engine that delivers plenty of punch but is rather pricey, while the range-topping 2.0 by TDI 240 unit brings yet more pace for an even more eyebrow-raising price. If you're more interested in petrol power, there's a 1.4 TSI 150 engine that is the cheapest in the lineup but lacks the low rev pulling power of the diesels. As for the 2.0-liter petrol engine, the TSI 180 feels quick but needs a few revs to perform its best. Again, it lacks the in-gear flexibility of the diesels. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace Ride Comfort. By SUV standards, the Tiguan Allspace rides very well. It smooths over big rim imperfections, such as speed bumps, better than the Skoda Kodiaq, yet the suspension is still firm enough to stop the body from bouncing up and down too much along undulating roads. Patched-up roads and broken tarmac can unsettle the car a little, especially if you choose a version with big alloy wheels, but, compared with its key rivals, the Tiguan Allspace is comfortable. We wouldn't bother with the optional adaptive suspension. It doesn't improve the ride that much and there are more worthwhile extras to spend your money on. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace Handling. The Tiguan Allspace handles more like a conventional hatchback than many of its SUV rivals. It's genuinely enjoyable to drive. Some may feel the steering is a little too light, but it's at least precise, making the car easy to place on the road. There isn't too much body roll through corners and all versions have plenty of grip, although the 4-wheel drive 4Motion models unsurprisingly offer better traction in slippery conditions. True, the BMW X1 and Seat are even more agile through twisty roads, but the Tiguan Allspace outshines most other family SUVs, including the Nissan Qashqai and Kia Sportage. 4Motion models add a dial next to the gear lever that allows you to select different modes depending on the terrain and initiate a hill descent system. A further option is adaptive chassis control. This allows you to stiffen or soften the suspension to prioritize either ride comfort or flatter handling. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace Refinement. The petrol engines are especially smooth, even when worked hard, and while the diesels sound a bit clattery at takeover and when you really put your foot down, they're muted at a cruise and far from raucous when accelerating. At high speeds, you will hear a flutter of wind noise around the Tiguan Allspace's door mirrors, but virtually no road noise unless you opt for a version with really big alloy wheels. The manual gearbox is light and easy to use, while the DSG automatic is smooth and soothing the vast majority of the time. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace Driving Position. If you've spent time in other cars from the Volkswagen stable, you'll soon find your way around the Tiguan Allspace's dashboard. There's no difference from the standard Tiguan, all the switches and controls are laid out logically and the steering wheel avoids being the button fest that so many modern wheels have become. Getting comfortable is easy, too, thanks to plenty of seat and steering wheel adjustment. The pedals are well placed, with a conveniently positioned rest for your clutch foot. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace Visibility. Those who love the view afforded by a high-set driving position will certainly appreciate the Tiguan Allspace. True, rear visibility isn't as impressive due to chunky pillars at the back. However, you get front and rear parking sensors as standard to mitigate this. If you're not a fan of reversing and/or parking, you can have a rear view camera bundled in with a self-parking system for a reasonable cost. Not only does this let you see what's behind you on the infotainment screen, the Park Assist will steer the Tiguan Allspace into a space while you operate the pedals. Still, it's a shame that you can't get just the reversing camera as standard. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace infotainment. An 8.0 and touchscreen infotainment system with Bluetooth connectivity for up to 2 devices at once, a DAB radio, USB and SD card sockets, and sat-nav with 3D mapping and traffic information are all standard. An even higher specification sat-nav system is available as an option, featuring Google Earth, a DVD player and a 64GB hard drive, but it's expensive. VW's CarNav system comes as standard. This allows you to connect a smartphone via Android Auto, Apple CarPlay or MirrorLink. This in turn enables you to access certain features on your phone via the infotainment system, including sat-nav. The touchscreen interface is easy to use and, in the main, quick to respond. It's certainly better than the systems in its Nissan rivals. However, pressing the icon you want while driving takes some concentration, whereas the rotary dial interfaces in the BMW X1 and Audi Q3 are less distracting. Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace build quality. The Tiguan Allspace might not have the most exciting interior in the business, the Peugeot 5008 beats it in this respect, but it's typically VW. That means plenty of soft touch plastics and controls that work with a reassuring precision. You'll see some hard, scratchy plastic lower down on the dashboard, but this is at least kept away from the areas you regularly touch. The quality is on a par with the Skoda Kodiaq, but the X1 and Q3 do have classier interiors, even if Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace front space. There's plenty of room up front for even the tallest of drivers. There's loads of adjustment in the seat and steering wheel, and you'll find plenty of room for all of your odds and ends. The front door bins will each hold a pretty big bottle of drink. There's a center armrest with storage and a cooled glove box should stop chocolate treats from melting. All models get handy drawers under the driver and front passenger seats, perfect for hiding valuables if you need to leave them in the car. Add in a few cubby holes and you have a very versatile interior.